So next on the timeline was Kang the Conqueror. Although I guess he has potentially many titles, as we're now seeing in the MCU. Hence he's just called Kang in this instance. And so we have facing him Hulk. Fantastic, isn't he? And of course Black Widow. And this is again very resembling the Age of Ultron Avengers film, which I've just recently watched, with her batons there delivering an electric charge, and of course teaming up Black Widow and the Hulk before Hulk scoots off. So fighting against Kang then, his special rules are: when a hero is KO'd, Kang doesn't activate his BAM, instead he plays another Master Plan card. When he BAMs, he'll deal 2 damage to each hero in his location and a point of damage to heroes in adjacent location. And if he's out of play, I have to add thugs to every location, and do not add a civilian or thug for anything else that's on the Master Plan card. And in the event of overflow, add a crisis token to that location. And location with crisis tokens can't use the end of turn effect. So it's all about control, shutdown, manipulation. And you'll notice again, it's completely different here. We have no henchmen for Kang. It's all about manipulation and control. So we have instead the time paradox over at Times Square and Stark Labs. So as long as this thread is in play, whenever Kang enters play, he does so with full health. So at the point where we have made him vulnerable to be damaged, and we start wounding him if he disappears, which presumably at some point we'll see in his Master Plan deck, he'll return with full health. The time hideouts over in Central Park and the Shield Heli carrier, Kang can't take any damage as long as he's in this or adjacent locations. Oh wow, okay, so yeah, so that's anywhere on the board with these two, the time hideout, wow. And then finally time army, as long as this thread is in play, heroes ending their turn in a location with a thug take 1 damage. So that's the Shield headquarters and the New York Police headquarters. Okay, as always we'll roll to see where the villain will begin. This would be number 1 as always, so number 2 is over here in the Shield Heli carrier, and we will draw our hand of 3 cards. Single wild, both sides, moving a punch to punch, interrogate, so potentially a sneak peek of what's to come from Black Widow there, and the Hulk with a heroic feat. So then we'll begin our mission over in Central Park. So Kang will start off with a move asterisk. Okay, if Kang is in a location, put him out of play. What? Okay. If Kang is out of play, put him in play in the location with the most heroes and then BAM. So presumably, because he's not coming into play, he's just poof, poof, disappeared. Okay. So we'll begin the timeline. So can't do anything with Kang. That's fine, because we couldn't anyway until we completed 2 of those 3 missions. So very, very different game. Wow. Okay. Let's see how this plays out. I think one of the key things we need to be doing is obviously trying to control primarily these and get these off. So I did want those heroic actions. We can start to clear these. Kang can't take any damage. That's going to be a killer if that's still out at the end. So we need to get rid of the time hideout locations, absolutely. So let's do this. So we're going to put a heroic feat on here to represent us defeating this time hideout. And sorry, should have drawn a card, and in fact I will play that instead. Why wouldn't I? That's why you draw a card before you play a card. Okay, so 2 heroic feats have gone down, and Black Widow has likewise the ability to use that moving forward. We could potentially interrogate and see what's going to come next. Are we that bothered at that stage? Don't know. He might come back on, he might not come back on. No, that's fine. We'll play the single wild and we'll finish this off, and let's get rid of those 2 thugs as well. So we have completed 1 threat, and again should have drawn, apologies. Okay, back to Hulk, who will draw. Let's get back into a rhythm. He'll draw a card. Heroic feats. I mean, he could rescue civilians at this stage. He could move and attack, get rid of another thug at another area. As long as this threat is in play, heroes only at a certain location would any thugs take damage. I mean, it's good to get rid of these, I think, early on, maybe. Okay, so how about that then? So let's do a... which one? I don't think it massively matters. Let's move to here. Whoop. And defeat. Attack that thug. And for the wild, we'll put another heroic feat on the next one. Okay, so that is it. 3 turns for the heroes. So now we're back to Kang. Asterix again, Time Master. If Kang is in a location, put him out of play. If he's out of play, put him in a location with the most heroes, and then bam. Okay. Elsewhere in the rules, it would often say if it's split, then heroes decide, where do I want him? Let's put him over here. Okay. Where am I putting this? And then bam. So he'll deal 2 points of damage to heroes in that location. So Black Widow will take 2 points of damage. And 1 point of damage to heroes in adjacent locations. Hulk will take a point of damage. There's no overflow, no one's been knocked out. So that's it, there's no other BAM impacts on the board. So that's, as far as I can see, that's what happens. Okay. So it's back in play. Not that that really matters to us. Hulk was the last one to go. Black Widow's drawing. Again, the interrogate card, so we could again take a sneak peek, find out what's underneath, but we do need to get moving, deliver, which we can do. And I really want to be getting rid of these guys. So let's do that then. Let's split up. And we're going to do move 2. We're going to defeat this thug. And we're going to put a heroic counter on here. Hulk will draw. Double punch. Not great. Definitely we want to be clearing this out. That's fine. Let's do that then. So we can complete this, and then we can move if we want to. End of turn may discard a thug. Not interested in discarding, but we have cleared another one of the threats. Therefore, is it worth moving? Probably. We're doing quite well on these thugs actually. I think if we focus on clearing the threats and defeating the thugs, we don't necessarily have to worry so much about the civilians, perhaps, maybe. Okay, so back to Black Widow, who has a move. Not the most useful. There's certainly nothing to attack. I don't think she even wants to move, to be honest with you. Okay, let's do, I mean there's nothing to attack, but makes no odds at this stage. So let's put another heroic feat token onto here, and we're going to take a look at the master plan card. So he will move 5 and put out 3, and another 3, and another 3. Which will put crisis tokens out again for those 2. And it fills them up, which is quite useful. You do a BAM, so do 1 more point, mind you, KO. And it will then play another master card. Okay, let's put that at the bottom then. And see if that improves our odds. So the heroes are completed. And Kang, once more, if Kang is in a location, put him out of play. Very good. Okay. And I'm not sure that then BAM, whether that should be a separate line on there. That's what I'm now starting to think, because at the moment, whenever he's out of play, he's not BAMing. But there could be other cards in there, so I'm going to carry on playing as I have played thus far. We'll see where we go from here. Okay, so he's out of play. That's fine. Black Widow went last, so it's back to Hulk. So we had the option to move, to double attack, triple attack, or a wild. I mean, a wild would be helpful to Black Widow if she doesn't put anything else to try and get that last heroic feat. So I think that's what we're going to do. So he's got an attack, which will take out another thug, and a wild. Oh, do I want to do a wild or take out another thug? As long as this threat is in play whenever he enters play, does so with full health. This is probably something else that we want to be getting rid of, to be fair. Okay, stick with that. Black Widow's turn. He double heroic, nice. Excellent, we'll rescue some civilians then. So 1 to go on here to clear this threat. And that's another threat down, 1 more. We expedite Kang's attempts to kill us. That's probably not a good thing, but there you go. Right, so that was Black Widow's turn. Back to Hulk. Plenty of attack. I mean, there is 1 more thing to attack there. We could do a move out into the next area once we've cleared the paradox. No, that's fine. Let's stick with the double attack. So he'll start by clearing this threat, which will speed up Kang's works. And like 2/3 of the way, at the end of the turn, you may swap a card from your hand with one in the storyline. I think Hulk did have his double. He did. So let's swap that for the single move. So the last card for the heroes was a double attack. Now we're back to Kang. So what happens now then? So Kang can't move because he's off the board. Presumably can't. Oh no, he can now. BAM. Okay, so let's do that then. So he can't move because he's off the board. He will BAM. If Kang is out of play, add 1 thug to each location. I'm glad we've been focusing on those. That's going to pay us dividend, I can see. To 1 more at the police headquarters. Do not add any extras indicated on the master plan. Okay, and that's it. And there was no overflow. So again, we got away quite lightly there. Fortunate. So Hulk was last. We're back to Black Widow. Has her interrogator and then attack with double attack out. Doesn't enable her to move, but I think we can move and do better. So let's do that. So we can, so as long as the threats in play here is ending their turn in a location, take damage. If I missed that, I may have done. Oh gosh, okay. I may have missed that at some point. Apologies, folks. Kang can't take any damage as long as he is in this location. Okay. So this was cleared. He's now acting every 2. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Right, let's move. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I could do this. Yeah, let's move over here and attack twice to make sure I prevent myself ending up in a location with a villain at the end. Okay, over to Hulk for his action. He could do the Hulk smash. It could be useful. Clear that area. Doesn't get us any closer to where we need to be, however. Alternatively, he has a move. No, I think that's what we're going to have to do, isn't it? So let's move to here. Let's move to there, and we'll do we'll hit him, which means Kang is now vulnerable, and we'll scare these away. We don't get to rescue them because we're doing Hulk smash. That's what Hulk smash says. Deal 1 damage to everything else in this location, discard all civilians there. So we did 1 damage to the thug, which killed that mission, and then sent these civilians scarpering. So that was it for our 2 hero actions. Now it is Kang. Again, he can't move because he's not on the board. He'll do his ban. Because he's not in play, he'll add a further thug. Ouch. Okay. Wow. So a thug to each location. These are racking up. I need to get rid of the Kang's army. 1 overflow. So it says if 1 or more tokens can't be added, add a crisis token to that location, which was here, I believe. I should have kept a track of that. Apologies. Okay. So, and then we ignore that for the rest. So we have a move, and it's Black Widow's turn. So what have we got? Got a bunch of attack and a move. Doesn't help us get rid of these blinking things. Okay. This location. May move up to 2 civilians or a thug in any combination from this location to any other locations. Okay, let's do that then. So we're going to play Black Widow, who gets a move and deals 2 damage to those thugs. That's it. You may move 2 civilians or locations in any combination from this location to any other location. I'm not bothered about moving the civilians, they aren't causing us a problem, so they can stay where they are. There's no thugs there at the end of the turn, so she doesn't take any damage. And then we're on Hulk. So we double punch. Where's my heroic cards? That's what I need. So we've got a double wild, but then it's going to cost him 2 just to get around there. We could take out a thug. I suppose that's what we're going to have to do. So we'll have to do words. In fact, let's do a punch where we are, move 2, and a further punch when he arrives. So again, just a reminder, you can do your icons and actions in any order you please, even if it's written text. There's no flow through, unlike with a villain card. Talking of which, it is now Kang's turn after 2 hero cards have been acted. Here we go, time lasted. If Kang is in a location, put him out of play. Otherwise, if Kang is out of play, you can put him in a location with the most heroes, and then bam. So we get a choice. Where do we want him? So this means he can't be damaged in either of these locations, which again is not a big issue at the moment. Oh no, we can damage him. So that's fine. So as long as he's not in there, we can choose to have him here. So that works well for us. And then he will bam. So he will do 2 points of damage. Ouch. Okay, so 2 points of damage to Hulk and 1 point to Black Widow, so both of which are KO'd. Okay, where a hero is KO'd, Kang doesn't activate his BAM, instead he plays another master plan card. So the question is, because he did that BAM and damaged both effectively simultaneously, is that 1 or 2 master plan cards that get played? I'm going to say, because it's an and not and then 1 damage, it's simultaneous, so do 2 damage to each hero in Kang's location and 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So my interpretation is that all happens in one go as he comes back in. Boom. Therefore, that goes to here, and he will play 1 more of these, and again he will come back out of play after landing and KOing everyone. The BAM doesn't impact, and we're done. Okay, so last player was Hulk, so we're back to Black Widow. So we'll draw up to 3 cards, and we are fast running out of cards now. So we do need to attack Kang, and obviously right now we can't. Sorry, so draw 3 to replenish the hand, and 1 to do your action, and the double wild comes out. Great. So let's stand it up. So we've got 4 wilds. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clear that threat, which takes care of Kang's army, so we don't have to worry about the thugs now. So that's great. And then we're to Hulk. So Hulk will double attack. So stand up, draw up. He can move and attack everything. What else have we got? Kang can't take damage. Okay, let's do that then. So we're going to use my move, use another move from the wild. Let's no, I'm not even going to bother rescue civilian. The civilian will get scared away, and these guys will get captured. Not that makes any difference. And then the final one, I'm going to put a token on the time hideout, because this is the last of the threats on the board. I'm not worried about drawing an extra card, not at this stage in the game. So that's the 2 actions from the heroes. We're back to Kang, so he'll move 2, which he can't. He can BAM. So Kang is out of play. Add a thug to each location. Again, not a massive issue at this stage now, and we're not really benefiting from end of turn stuff, so we're fine. And then ignore the additional things he would add on his master plan card. Okay, so Hulk went last. Black Widow is up next. She can interrogate. And maybe I do want to interrogate, because I need Kang back on the board in order for us to attack him. So that's probably not a bad option. And we've got rid of that now. I might discard a card from your deck to move a crisis token. What can Hulk do? He could do one more. Oof. Oof. Might just got to move 1, 2. Clear. No, I think we've got to get this threat off the board. That's our primary aim. So we'll do move 2. And we're going to add a further heroic token here. And with that one that's there, it means Hulk can... What's Hulk gonna do? Let's do a heroic act to clear this final threat. So he's definitely vulnerable. So that was heroic act. I was then going to move and deal 2 damage over here, and then I can swap 1 card from my hand, 1 in my timeline, and again I'm sure he's had his double wild, so we'll swap that for heroic act, and that's it for the hero's turn. We need him back on the board. Not this time. So he's going to do his bam. So he's going to add a thug to each location, which at least we've got rid of that army threat. Ignores the rest of the card. That's it. Man, are we going to get to defeat him? That's the question. We're certainly running out of cards. I'm actually going to have to check the rule on if you can't draw or if you have no cards in hand. I think it's if you have no cards left in hand and you can't draw, you're out. But I need to I will need to double check that. There's no 2 ways about it. So in the meantime, what do I want to do? You may discard this card from your hand. I mean, this is probably the best thing there is out there. Oh, and the ability to do that. What have I got? Double attack. Darn it. Okay, let's just do it. So she's going to attack and 2 of those, clear those out. And she's going to chick. That's no good. We need him back on the board. I don't know if we've even got any more ways to get him back on the board. We'll find out. I'd be a shame if we can't. Okay. So that was that. That was that. I can move to any other location. Is there any point? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, and then Hulk will draw his last card. I mean, he's got his double wild. I may as well, because it gives her a double wild if nothing else. And we'll rescue another civilian. And at the end of the turn, I can swap my move for my double wild and take that back. Okay, come on, be back on the board. Yes! If Kang is out of play, put him in a location with the most heroes, which is here. He will then bam. Oh, she's going to do 2 damage to Hulk. Oh, knock him out. Oh, it's going to depend on what this card is. And 1 point to Black Widow. Let's do that. Okay. Kang doesn't activate his BAM, instead he draws the next card. 5, so he'll move to here. He'll BAM again, which does 1 point to each of these guys. Well, Hulk's already out, so that's fine. And then he's going to populate. So he'll put 2 thugs and a civilian. The civilian is overflow, so a crisis token goes there instead. Okay, this is clincher moment now. I love this game. So crazy. I can go there and I'll move 2 crisis tokens, and oh, plenty of room over here. One of those. And 2 civilians. Wow, okay. So we've got to move from Hulk. Hulk was last, so we're going to draw. Sorry, take a 2. So we're going to draw from Black Widow. Darn it. I can't remember what he's got. Okay, so she's going to move. Sorry. She's going to move and attack. She can only do 1 point of damage. Hulk will draw up. Oh, it's a double attack. 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. And Kang is done. Yes, it was a move and attack. Wow. I honestly did not think that was going to happen, guys. Wow. That was impressive. Just so different. The villain and the impact it has on the gameplay of just phasing in, phasing out, those extra cards. I think, forgive me, I think I did forget the ability of Kang's army out there causing damage. And probably should have had some more cards go through, but it is what it is. Yeah, got down to the last card. Obviously we'd seen the last card because of Black Widow's Interrogate. That gave us an ability to at least manipulate to a degree in a minor fashion, control what was happening. Wow, yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Again, you can see how that overflow mechanic just really adds to that tension. In this case, adding those crisis tokens, not so bad here in terms of the abilities, those end-turn abilities being blocked out. If it had been the storyline one, however, that would have definitely been an impact, and we had a way to get rid of those crisis tokens with the shield headquarters. You may discard a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck to remove a crisis token, but effectively you're taking a damage. But yeah, phasing in, phasing out, that was very good, very challenging. There was a couple of those bits, wasn't too sure, and obviously I made a judgment call. But yeah, no, thoroughly enjoyable as always. I thought the combination of Hulk and Black Widow, I thought they played really well. Really sort of bounced off one another. Definitely a lot more attack than anything else, focusing on getting those thugs out rather than rescuing those civilians. You can see obviously we hardly rescued any civilians at all. The main thing was using those heroic feats to clear those threats, massively impacting this game in terms of being able to get a hold of Kang and defeat him. So anyway, if you've stayed this far, thank you very much. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed this as much as I have. I hope it's given you a good flavour of what Kang brings to the Marvel United, along with the extra Hulk and Black Widow, which obviously you do get in the retail core box. Tremendous fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure into this ultimate campaign.